It's a Guy Jeans podcast.
My guest today is legendary Ventura frontman Bobby Galyan from the band Lion Eyes and his current band and musical project Lumination. If you were lucky enough to see this entertainer perform in the late 80s and through the 90s during the prolific ska and reggae resurgence, you often left the club, theater, or venue soaked with sweat from dancing and grooving from his amazing positive energy put forth every single night. My conversation with Bobby goes back to his childhood days, introduction to reggae and ska music, songwriting, performing, his cancer diagnosis and recovery, spirituality, and gratefulness of life and living. I really enjoyed my conversation with this amazing human and friend who has a beautiful outlook on life. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for listening to my podcast. I've got a special guest today, Bobby Galyan. What's up, Bobby?
What's happening, Mr. Jeans?
I think probably my childhood, I've probably known you the longest since, more than anybody, I would say.
I would say that, but Teresa Wharton's got you beat, bro.
I just saw Teresa Wharton.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah, I saw her.
Lucky dog.
Saw her in Camarillo, and she said she asked about you, actually.
Did she?
Yeah.
No, she's sweet.
Yeah.
She's a real. I love her.
What about growing up in our neighborhood, man? Wasn't that amazing?
It was absolutely amazing because I was raised in the one house all my life, and I didn't know until now that how precious that is, that you get to hold on to all these memories in one place, and it just becomes so much more sacred. Like when my mom sold the house, I was just like, I wish I could have mustered up some money to buy it, because it just, for sentimental reasons, you know. Yeah. My initials are still on the tree. Oh no, the tree's gone. Okay, my initials aren't on the tree anymore because the tree's gone. Because those trees they planted, remember, they grew huge, right. Dude. They're huge. Yeah. So they chopped them all down. But because that tree grew so big, it buckled the sidewalk. So they redid the sidewalk. And I put my initials RG in it, not BG. Yeah, because my original name is Robert Galyan. Yeah. Which, you know what Robert means in Old English?
What?
Bright light.
Wow, that's for sure.
That's why I wear shades, bro.
Dude, so growing up in that neighborhood,
that was great.
Yeah, there was like the whole. I grew up in the same neighborhood.
You were on Boise, right?
Yeah,
Phoenix.
And, yeah, we were right together.
Well, it was the same street. But they stopped at the corner?
Yeah.
I didn't really think about that.
But I got to say, so like I want to give a shout out to all these people. So like in our neighborhood, we had Scott Johnson. Mm-hmm. We had Mark and Jeff Ellis.
Yep.
Yeah. We had the Lopez brothers.
Yes, all four of them.
Yeah. And then we had Christine Romero.
Wow.
We had Kelly Dowden. We had Rick Covey. We had Danny Luttrell. We had Brett Zilsdorf. We had
Devin Desario, Mikey Spur.
Keep going, yeah. I mean, can you remember any more?
Derek Haney,
Eric Haney, yeah. William Ayub, Larry Halverson.
What about the newspaper guys? They were twin brothers.
The Graves?
Yeah.
Keith and Kevin Graves.
Yep.
Yeah, a little shout out to those guys. Those guys I see them every once in a while, through Facebook and stuff like that. They all seem to be doing really good.
Awesome, man.
But you know what's crazy is that that neighborhood was so free. You know what I mean? Like we could do whatever we wanted.
It was like come home when the street lights come on or soon after.
Yeah. I mean, really, it was like I was talking to my mom about that. She didn't even care like what we did. She's I just hope they don't get in trouble. Yeah. But we could skateboard and do whatever around the whole neighborhood. It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was great. And when I was growing up, there was an lemon orchard right behind my house, and all orchards. Mm-hmm. So there was that phase. We'd go play in the lemon orchards, and then the day came where they cropped them and put houses there. I remember. But with the houses came a park. I remember that big park. Yeah. So then it was like the park days. Yeah. And it was it went through stages, but I admire, and when I'm going to go by that neighborhood. I'm going to go say hi to Daryl and Donnie. I haven't seen them in a while.
When you go by my old house, man, it's just like my dad's just let the shrubs grow over the house, man.
Does he still live there?
He still lives there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. the cool thing I remember
he'd rent a room to me, wouldn't he?
We were talking about the parties and stuff with him too. But what was crazy, man, was I don't know if you remember this, but we met in third grade in Mrs. Rowe's class at Elmhurst.
I remember that.
Yeah. And one of the things that you told me when we were in third grade, do you remember what you told me about Miss Rowe?
That she was hot. Still think the same thing, bro.
Do you remember what you used to say to me, like about?
I think I said something about if she just take her glasses off and let down her hair.
Yeah.
I'd probably admire her more.
Yeah, I remember you had a big crush on her. That was hilarious.
I did.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, she was hot.
So I remember too, like going into junior high, we I think our classes didn't start until 9:00 at night, right? So we got the last bus. I'm not 9 at night, 9 in the morning, excuse me. So we got the last bus. So like everybody was gone. Like my parents were gone. Everybody would be gone, and we'd skateboard to your house because the bus stop
was down in front of my house.
Yeah, from your house, and we'd go into your house, man. And it was just like fully loaded with Hostess, and you'd just be like, "Yeah, get whatever you guys want, man."
God rest in peace, Grandma. My grandma every other week would come down, and whatever we wanted. There was 4 kids, so everybody, get zingers and ding dongs.
It was like no big deal for you. It was like because you had them all the time.
I had them all, so go ahead. And it was like my friend, you guys, like you're wide eyed. You're like, we're not supposed to eat them, bro. Live a little. Come on, have some sugar.
It was amazing. So we would go over to your house, and sometimes we would play guns or whatever, but we actually would play BB guns.
With real BB guns.
Yeah. And I remember we were having a BB gun fight, and I was on the opposite side, and I think I shot you in the forehead, and I said, "Okay, I think we're done."
I still got that scar right here, bro.
I mean, that could have been how dumb, huh?
Yeah. Well, I shot Jimmy Crawford in the ass. That was another shout out. Jimmy Crawford.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Crawford. Yeah.
He lived 3 houses, but I shot him in the butt.
Yeah.
Accidentally, I was pumping it. Bam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't tell your parents,
Yeah.
So he goes to dinner that night, and he said he couldn't sit on the seat. And his dad's like, "What's wrong, Jimmy?" "Bobby shot me." His dad calls my dad, and my dad's like, "Give me the BB gun, you're done."
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are guys that, like Jimmy Crawford was in a little bit different neighborhood, but he used to hang out with us, kind of like Placial and Freeman.
Yeah.
Matt Freeman, Marlon as well would be around, Mason. Even like the Huff brothers, remember? And Meeker.
Oh yeah, Meeker, yeah. Meeker. And the Huff brothers.
Yeah.
Even the Fletchers. Remember the Fletchers?
Oh yeah.
I was friends with them. I used to do sleepovers at their house.
Yeah.
The twins.
Yeah. A lot of.
That was a beautiful. Yeah, I'm so happy and blessed to be growing up where I did. It was beautiful, and it was far enough from the beach where you didn't get all the fog all the time.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go to the beach. You just get halfway out there like, oh, it's foggy. Oh,
yeah.
well, who cares?
Yeah, it was a bitchin' place to grow up. For sure. I mean, just all the kids. I've gone by there. It's a little bit different. There's I don't know what it was, but during that time, all the kids seemed to be really close in age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you think?
Close in age, and, in that time, people weren't glued to their TVs like they are today.
Oh, I got also the Sims brothers. Remember Ronnie Sims?
Oh yeah, Ronnie Sims
and Christine Romero.
You said Christine?
Across. I did.
Yeah,
and then
wasn't it Wendy? Was Wendy there?
Yeah. Well, there was also the other Haneys. Dexter Haney. Yeah, Dexter Haney.
What a name.
Donnie Phillips was there as well. God, there was so many kids in that neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So anyway, here's another little story. So we'd meet at your house, and sometimes we'd partake in libations.
Bonghead.
And so, yep. And so then we get on the bus, and then we'd go, and this was in junior high. It was crazy, right?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so then we go to, and me and you had first period together. And so we'd get off the bus, and we'd go to it was an English class. I don't know if you remember this. This is freaking hilarious. And so we had this teacher named Miss O'Farrell. And
she was old, right?
Yeah.
Really old.
Well, she was
Yeah, she was older. She lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and so, dude, I don't know if you remember this, but the class was like she was having a hard time getting the class under control. Me and you sat in the back, right? And so
that's where the stoners sat. That's why
we were in the back, and we were very stoned and sitting in the back of the class, and she couldn't get control of the class, and no one would shut up. She's like, "Kids, please be quiet," and no one was going to be was being quiet, and then you stood up and you're like, "Hey, shush!" and everybody shut up. And dude, I lost it. Like I just I was on the ground, and then you sat down, and you were like, and we couldn't stop laughing. Do you remember that? I don't know if you remember that. You don't remember?
No.
Oh my god. Miss O'Farrell.
Sounds like something I would do,
dude. And it helped. And she's like, "Thank you, Bobby."
The Capricorn had to take charge of the situation.
Right. That's right. So man, then we went to Buena.
And thanks for that story. That's awesome.
Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Then we went to Buena and kept doing the same thing. We had friends with Tim Smith came in the picture, and Matt Bodorf, and all the other guys from all over. Mark Ramos and Danny Luttrell and all those guys, and became this big dude. It's like our class is amazing. All the people that are in our class, 1985. That's going pretty far back there. But all the people that are in our class are still around. A lot of them, and we've lost a few of them as well. But what a cool class, huh?
Cool class, and what I'm looking forward to is our 40th.
That's coming up, right? Yeah.
We should play some music in
a
row.
We should. That felt pretty good the other night, huh?
I felt beautiful. I really, really appreciate it. I did not expect that whatsoever. I had no intentions of it. I mean, expectations. Intentions, yes. Expectations, no.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
I had family there, old friends I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
My parents were there. I haven't seen Buck in so long. Dude, he looked amazing. I almost like he didn't change. I was like rubbing my eyes there for a minute.
Right.
I was like, dude, you look great. So
for those,
mom's all cheery. She's always smiley. She loves me. I love her.
We for those that don't know, we the Stoneflies played a show, and Bobby surprised me and brought his family and stuff, and then got up and sang a couple songs with us, and it was amazing. I was looking at Robert and TK, and they had big smiles on their face. It was cool.
Yep, you invited me for 2, and then I pulled out the card and bum rushed the last one. I'm like, oh, I know this one.
Yeah, that's awesome. I loved it.
It's funny because I was out front talking to somebody, and you started the song. I was like,
I know this song.
I know this. I got to sing. And she's like, what? I'm like, watch this. I go up there. That was awesome.
So then we started, after high school. I don't know how it happens. I want to hear your version of it. But how did Lionize start, and how did that all get going and stuff? What's your version of it?
My recollection, because it's so well there. Wait, where'd it go? Well, this is how I recall that I won a karaoke contest.
Yes, you did.
I cannot remember the bar. If you could, it was a sports bar and it was over there by Kmart.
D&D.
Kmart's not there anymore.
I want to say D&D sports bar.
But it was right there in the Kmart. I can see where it was at. It's like right in the corner.
Right next to Trader Joe's, where Trader Joe's is now.
Yeah,
over there. It might even be where Trader Joe's
was. Every night on Wednesday, they had a karaoke. And this is like when karaoke was just coming out.
Yeah.
88, right? So it was really popular and something to do and exciting. Excuse me. And every Wednesday night, they had a karaoke contest. And the winner that night would win $25 and a chance to go in, or a position to go into the final, which was going to be in 16 weeks. They're going to have a big contest. Mm-hmm. And the winner would $500. And so the first time I did it, I did Bebopalula by Vince. It's not Elvis Presley. Anyway, it's and it's I sang it and somebody else won. And I'm like, God, there's got to be a reggae song, because I was such a reggae head. Yeah, and I looked through the poll book, and there was only one reggae tune in there, and it was Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant.
Yep.
So the next Wednesday, I sang it, and I won.
Yeah.
So I got my place in the final. I got my $25. So in the final, we all sing, and there's a 3-way tie. It was me and 2 other women. And so now, for our next song, we have to sing a different song. And the only one I've been singing is the one I just sang. So now I have to sing another one.
I remember that.
And I was like, oh my God. And at the time, I had a knee. My knee was in a cast. My leg was in a cast because of my knee.
That's right.
And we drew straws to see who'd go first, second, third. I got to go last, which was an advantage. I had a lot of... Okay, and now, back it up. It was judged. They had a bunch of... The judges came in from DJs, from actually radio shows. It was a big thing. It was on the radio. It was a big thing. So that's how the first got judged. So now they were going to judge the last 3, audience participation or excitement, whatever, clap, audience approval. And so I go last. And I tell the guy, I'm like, as soon as I slap my leg, start the song. Because Bebopalula starts with singing. But what it starts with, I don't know if I'm going to blow the mic out if I sing.
No. Well, you can go back. Yeah.
So I'd be like, well, and the place just exploded, dude. Yeah, dude. And I had him that, and and so since I went last, they held my hand over the first person. How about this one? Yeah, this person. Yeah, this way. Yeah, this girl. Ah, this girl. Ah, this guy. Bobby. So that's how I won it. So
you won $500.
I won $500. I left there with maybe 200 because it was like, dude, I voted for you. Buy me a treat. All right, here. But it was worth it. It was fun. So the next recollection I have is we get in contact and you saying, bro, fucking, you know how to sing. I'm jamming with, I have a drum machine and I have a guitar player named David Spazier that I'm jamming with. Maybe Robert was in the, I thought you said drum machine. This is what my recollection. You can correct me if whatever. Anyways, you're like, we practice in his room. Let's just learn some covers and see what comes of it.
Yeah.
And literally like 6 months later, we had a band. And within a year, we had a horn section. And Lion Eyes was like...
Yeah.
And we started with like Charlie's. And we got that place cranking so much that bars that wouldn't have reggae in their establishment all of a sudden wanted Lion Eyes in their establishment. Yeah. Funny how that changes.
Yeah. I think one of the things that was going on too, what I remember was when I realized, okay, this is going to be cool, was we were playing a party at your house. And
that infamous party?
No, it was a backyard party.
Okay.
And it was a backyard party, and I was playing keyboards and the bass with my left hand. And then Spaziano was playing...
Rest in peace.
Yeah, guitar, and then Robert was on the drums.
Okay.
And we didn't have a name yet. I think we were calling ourselves Bobby G and the Happies. Something like that. But anyway, so we were playing this backyard party, and it was all these people in the backyard. And then you started doing like just improvising and with people in the crowd. Sheila Moody, you were talking about her or something like that.
And her nice booty?
Yeah, you said something like that. It was classic.
Of course I did.
And then you went to another person, and you went around the thing, and everybody was laughing and everything. And then that's when I was like, okay, this is cool. And then we started playing party. We would just look for parties. And hey, I was going to Ventura College, and I go, hey, do you guys know anyone that wants a band for a party? Yeah, we can do it at our house. And we would go to their house and play until it got broken up, or the cops came.
Play like one song 5 times.
Yeah. And then we would play Mike Oliveris' house. Wow. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And then and we started playing, and then our following, we weren't very good, but we started getting people, like people started following us around and stuff. And then my recollection is that we played at Charlie's. And then we weren't very good, and all these people came, and then Charlie's, well, hey, could you guys play here like every Thursday or whatever it was? And then we started playing there, and basically we learned how to play and perform in that club
in live situations.
Because we played there so often. And then I remember Bruce Conaway came into the band and started playing bass. And that bumped us up to the next level because he was so good on the bass. And then Spaziano started looking for horns, and I'm not sure. Oh, then we had Kevin. Remember Kevin Dalton and his brother?
Yeah, his brother was first before BC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then BC. Then we had the horn section kind of start. Then Brian Conaway started playing with us, and then we started getting other Tony Soria. Tony Soria playing trumpet, and then we started adding other people after that, right?
Mm-hmm. Not too many though.
Yeah, and then we started playing. I remember you saying, "Hey, it would be kind of cool to play like at a Bombay's," and I'm like, "All right, let's see if we can get in there." And we got in there, and then I remember you like going, "Dude, I wonder if we could play at what was that other one downtown someplace?"
Nickleby's?
No, it was Club Soda, but
Metro.
Metro, yeah, and we started playing the Metro, and then we started getting a pretty good following, and then we came out with an album and a CD, and then
we came out that 3-song cassette.
Oh, that's right, yeah. God, good memory.
And I'm like, oh, we're going, man. We sound so good. We're rock stars. This is going to be my life forever.
Yeah. And then we did that, and then we played. We kind of sold some of those out of our cars or whatever. And then we did a full CD.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we did another cassette.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, we did do another cassette.
Robert's girlfriend, Wendy's dad, right?
Wendy Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then then we did another little cassette with him, right?
Yeah, we did. And Billy Beagler did the work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
did the artwork
good
on
memory,
it.
Good memory.
Biggs. Love you, bro.
And then we did the original style.
And we did the original style.
Yeah. And then we played the Ventura Theater, and then it kind of started getting bigger, and we started doing bigger shows and having fun. Do you remember playing down in San Diego with No Doubt?
I do remember that. I do remember because I brought it up to somebody the other day.
Yeah,
because we were talking about No Doubt.
What do you remember about that show?
I remember it was a New Year's Eve show.
Yeah.
And it was all for a bunch of Australian
good memory.
Students.
Yeah.
They're over here for college or something. And No Doubt, she didn't have a good time. She was crying backstage. I didn't know. I was like, get over it. Come on, girl. You're hot. Just knock it off.
I remember she like something. They bombed her or something.
And then we got out. We played a couple of songs. And the guy comes up to me and says, "You got to tell him we ran out of beer." And I said, "I'm not telling all these Australian people that there's no more beer. You're telling them." Yeah, they ran out of beer before even midnight. That's what I remember.
I remember, her coming backstage and crying, and right, and she's all, "This is the worst."
Tried all the way to the bank, bro. Nah, she's awesome. I'm very happy for her. She deserves everything and more that she has.
So you and I have written a lot of songs together over the years, and can you kind of describe like what that was like when we were younger and writing songs together and all that?
It just felt like I was at the right place to be. It was just like, man, looking back at it, I didn't realize how special and authentic that was, because that doesn't happen to everybody.
Yeah,
for sure. And it was just, my songwriting happens from songs of the vibrations of the music.
Right.
So I don't sit down and just write lyrics and put up to mirror. I hear music and then I write the lyrics. So I was blessed to have you guys being such good musicians come up with these happy, catchy, and own tunes with vibrations that, sweet summer, that horn, I just follow that sweet summer.
Yeah.
That's just how music and the magic of how I came about writing my songs came about. Yeah. It was magical. It was really, it was cool. And I looked so much forward when a new song would come. It'd be so exciting to play it for the people and to see the reaction and everybody on the stage. It's just because it's fresh and it's, you just created something that people are having a good time to. Yeah. That's sacred. That's it's a blessing that I will never take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I can do more. I need to get more songwriting. I need to get in that. I'm feeling ready to unleash some stuff.
What do you think that's like a gift?
It's a gift we all have. You just got to tap into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a definitely gift that has been brought to me because I know how to facilitate it. I'm going to be the one to get it out and create with it and make it, show and not let the creator down. The almighty creator that put us on this earth to create, to love unconditionally. That's what music is. It's love. It's healing. It's compassion. It brings us all together. It's the common language of humanity. You don't even need to speak a word, but you get music together and you get just people that can't even talk to each other, but boy, can they dance and look at each other and smile, and they can share a moment in time with each other through the vibrations of music. That's why music is healing the world. And without music, this world would not live.
Do you remember the first time that you...
Sorry, I got a little deep there. That's what happens when I close my eyes.
I felt it.
Thank you.
Do you remember the first time that you heard a reggae song?
Yes, I do. I almost spit in my cup. Yes, man. This is a great story, guy. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember as clear as day. And I got a shout out to the guy who turned me on to reggae music, Mr. Dave Harvey. Wherever you are, brother, I love you, and he knows it, and he loves me. But anyways, yes, Dave Harvey was going to Buena. I was still in Balboa. But as you know, the school is just down the street from each other. Mm-hmm. And he drove, and he would pick me up from school to go to school.
Uh-huh.
And one day he picked me up, and he's like, check this out. He would have white rabbit, Volkswagen Rabbit. Uh-huh. He popped this tape in, and this generation rules the nation. Aversion. I'm like, I'm like, what is this? Uh-huh. He's like, it's called reggae. He's like, it's a bunch of kids singing this Jamaican music reggae. And
that was Musical Youth?
It was Musical Youth. And the first song was Pass the Touchy on the Love. That was my first reggae tune. Yeah. I ended up snaking that tape from him.
I remember you playing it for us.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, in your I think maybe it was your Ford Fiesta or something. But
yeah, my yellow Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, and you put this on, and we were sitting in the car, and you're all, listen to this, you guys. And we were like, oh, awesome. Yeah. And I think that was my first experience as well, was that group for sure, from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, if I can elaborate on how my reggae kind of blossomed from there, is because when I was a junior, when I was eighth grade. No. Fast forward, sorry. 11th grade. Me and Mark Ellis were going to go to Hawaii and pick pineapple together on this Youth Development Enterprises program. Because his brother did it. Jeff's older brother, Mike, did it with a couple cronies.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, Jeff fell out. He backed out of it. But I was like, me and my dad weren't getting along. It was around that age. Yeah. And I went for it. I went to Hawaii. Anyways, in Hawaii, they have radio stations that are just dedicated to playing reggae music. So I'd listen on the radio, and I'd write down the artists and stuff. Yeah. And every 2 weeks, they'd take us to town. We'd go shopping, and I'd go to the record store and buy tapes and this stuff. And then I remember coming back and having all this reggae, and just fell in love with, because reggae music is spiritual. It is. If you think about it, they're talking about Jah, which is God, which is energy.
Yeah.
They're talking about one love. They're talking about, one with the earth, one with the one.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's beautiful music, and it's got that groove that I love to dance to, and it's just reggae music. But reggae music, there's all types of different reggae music now. There's the rootsy, and then there's kind of the sizzler and the Capleton. I call that angry reggae. You can't understand what they're saying. I'm not really a fan of that much, as though I'm more of the original Bob Marley stuff. More lovey-dovey, rootsy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like, I call it California reggae now. You know, white boy reggae.
Yeah.
Kind of like us, you know. But,
yeah.
Reggae music till the day I die. And ska. Ska's fun too. Ska's right there. It's just a kind of a byproduct from reggae. Or is it vice versa? I think the reggae came from the ska.
Yeah.
Is what I should know that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's one and the same. It brings people together. It's happy music.
Yeah.
It's positive.
Well, talk about your band now that you have up in Northern California. What's that all about, and how did that form and all that?
Well, that formed through another band. Mm-hmm. See, when I went up to NorCal in 1995, I formed a band called Red Eye.
Yeah, okay.
Red Eye played for a while.
That's a great name.
It was R-E-D, capital I.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lion Eyes, wait, Red Eye.
I love it.
And we had a great following. We did really good. We had a great guitar player, Dirk Johnson, who passed away from cancer a couple years ago. Awesome skanking guitar player. We just kind of like the same as Lion Eyes. We just developed a following and people dug us. When that dissolved, I was off, didn't play for like a year. And a buddy of mine, Mike Healy, he was in this band called String Theories. And he knew it. And he was like, "You're not playing?" He's like, "You want to sing a couple songs with the band? We'll do a couple." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, String Theory, weren't they a pretty big band back in the day? Or
no, I think maybe that was another band. This band was not.
Oh, okay.
This band was small.
Okay. Something Theory, I remember hearing.
But long story short, String Theories turned into Lumination through a process of me and Mike not getting along, and we fractured. And some people went with him, some people went with me.
Okay.
And Lumination started, but we needed a name. I remember we got a gig and we were like, "What's the name?" So we started as Bobby G Posse. We were Bobby G Posse but I don't like my name in the forefront because it's a collective to me.
Right.
I don't want to be like. Anyways, I like a collective name personally.
Sure.
So I thought of the name Lumination.
It's
just like lighting up the world with your music.
Great name.
So it's Luma Nation. And if you go to luminationmusic.com, you can check out what we got going on. But we were a band from 2006 to 2018. We had like a 13-year run. And we did well. We did well. We had a good following. We had some members fall out, and I replaced them. But the main core stuck together. But the last year, like the drummer finally... And we got a new drummer, Scott Bohm. He rocks.
Who?
Scott Bohm.
Scott Bohm. Okay.
Yeah, he's a drummer. He's going to actually play with us. We're playing a Halloween party. The drummer can't play. But anyways, we replaced some. And in 2008, we just kind of fizzled out. That's what happens, you know. But COVID would have took us out anyways, like it did most bands.
Yeah.
But last year... Kings Beach, concerts on the Kings Beach, North Shore, Tahoe, called us up, which we played there before. And they said, "Hey, you guys want to come back and play a show?" And they didn't know we weren't playing. But Mark emailed everybody and said, "Hey, you guys, I know we haven't played in 4 years, but you want to get back together and go up to Tahoe because this is one of the best gigs we've ever played. You know, it's a 360-degree stage. It's free. You're like looking at the lake. Everybody's on lawn chairs. People are in boats listening.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's super. Yeah, I'm getting chills talking about it.
Awesome.
It is magical.
That's cool. So
we played it, and then John Cordy, shout out John Cordy, Soul Ska. You got to check those guys out. He manages a bar in Fairfax called Perry's Tavern, and he said, "Hey man," because we used to play it all the time. We used to kill it. One of the best bars to play. So you guys want to reminisce an old time gig? So we played there for actually my birthday, and had it packed. And then I asked somebody that was doing the Fairfax Festival, which is a nice festival up there. We got in the Fairfax Festival, so we've been doing shows. Long story short, we've been doing some shows here and there. We're not playing them every weekend because we just want to do them every once in a while to keep it special, keep it hopping. I would like one at least once a month.
Yeah, for sure. Good for the
soul. Because it's good for the soul. I'm meant to be on stage. And it's just like after 30-something years, it's like, it's home. I love it. It's like, I used to have stage fright back in the Charlie's days, dude. I remember those little blocks I used to play. Yeah. Because I was like, something to take the tension off me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I can't play these things either. I used to get the coconut ones. And I'd hit them so hard they'd crack, and I'd take them back, and they'd be like, well, "Okay, well, we'll play this this time." Like the third time, they're like, "No, dude, you're just like, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
I get excited, right? I start off soft and bam, bam. Anyways, I used to be a shy guy.
Well, dude, check this out. I'm going to tell a story about Mexico.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Mescal was involved, I'm sure.
No, so we were down in Lionize, was down in Mexico, and we were playing the spring break for all the colleges down there, UCLA, USC, and it was like a big spring break. They had a stage on the sand. They had a stage at some
bar,
giant bar that held like 1,000 people or something like
with
that.
The volleyball court right there.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go on. We're supposed to go on. The place is packed, and everybody's all, "Where's Bobby?" And I'm like, "Where is he?" And then the stage manager's coming up to me and go, "Are you guys ready to go on?" And I'm like, "Where the hell is Bobby at?" Right?
Uh-huh.
And I knew that you had like a little thing for the gal at the hotel that was working behind the counter.
Uh-huh.
And I go, "I think I know where he is." And it was pretty far away. So I ran up the cobblestone streets back to the hotel that we were staying at. And sure enough, you were sitting right there talking to this gal. And I'm all, "Bobby," I go, "We have to go on stage right now." And you were feeling pretty good.
Huh.
And you're all right, and see you later to the gal, and I'm walking you down the streets, and I'm holding you up, and we're trying to get to the stage. This is classic, man. So then we get to the bar, and there's 1,000 people there, and I'm trying to direct you through the crowd, right? And I'm like holding you, and we're going through the crowd, and everybody's, "Are you guys ready?" Yeah. And we walk. Everybody's already up on the stage, and we walk up on the stage. And you grab the mic, "How you guys doing?" Right? And then, "You guys ready to party?" And then all these shots came up from the audience. And you grabbed one and you're all, "Gosh."
Like I needed that.
"Gosh," another one. And I'm like, "Oh my God." So then we go into a song, and we make it through that song. And then you announce the song again, but it's the song we just played. And then electricity surged through the whole thing and blew up all our amps and everything. Do you remember that? Or barely?
I do remember that because that canceled the show, right?
Canceled the show.
Yeah.
And the whole place went black. And it just my amp blew up. It blew up my keyboard. It was just it was crazy. It blew up the bass amp or something.
It was my higher conscious doing that because I was about to embarrass myself and the band.
That was crazy. And then the next day we played a show on the beach or something. But it was fine. But it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but we traveled from, I think we traveled from San Francisco. We played up there,
Johnny Loves,
and then we traveled from there all the way to San Felipe, Mexico. And we were in the van with TK and Ska Dude. Remember Ska?
Didn't we go up to Fresno?
Yeah.
Play Fresno,
Yeah.
Fresno's club,
Club Fred
with
with Let's Go Bowling.
Okay, and then we
Then we went to Johnny Loves, I think, and
then we went all the way back to Mexico.
yeah, something like that.
Wow,
crazy, something crazy where it was just unbelievable because it's already a long drive, to go there.
Yes, sir.
So crazy, man. What about you? You got any memories of stories of playing and crazy stuff?
I remember one of my favorite places to play was Malibu Adobe.
Oh yeah,
Malibu Adobe was a fun place to play.
Why is that?
Just because there's so many nice-looking, attractive females there. Not everybody, I don't know. It was just
That's a cool place.
college town, college atmosphere, and the stage was really the funnest. But there was I remember the stairs went up here, kind of a balcony.
Yeah.
I liked the Strawberry Festivals we played.
Do you remember? Do you remember that one?
I remember the one you're thinking
okay,
about.
Go ahead.
We were playing this. I think it was because we usually played "I'm So Poor" for our last song.
Good memory. Yeah.
So, and because it was an amper, it was the one that got everybody crazy. So I remember we were going into that, and of course, a pit. This is at Strawberry Festival, and a pit started, and I seen this guy. Matt Freeman was out there, just not. He wasn't even really.
Yeah.
He was kind of just watching.
Yeah.
And this guy targeted him. Just fucking slammed in the back and just slammed like
knocked him out.
Knocked him out. Yeah. And then I was like, hey. And I was watching him. I'm like, hey. I cussed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Hey, fucker. Hey. I said, fuck you guys. Man down. We're out of here. And walked off the stage.
Yeah. There was a video of it. I think I showed it to Matt.
I have that video.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see that. And it shows Matt getting slammed,
right? because it's from the footage is from the sound booth, so it's a little elevated. Yeah. And you can see the guy. You see him and slam Matt.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, and I just like start pointing at him to try to get people to get him, but he just slithered through the crowd because nobody really saw it. Yeah, but those were fun.
Yeah.
And the Battle of the Bands we played.
Oh, yeah.
Those were some fun ones. I got videos of those, too.
Do you?
I need to get those all on DVD.
You should, man.
Get them to the
love
people
that.
that would love to see them.
Absolutely.
Garfield's.
Oh, yeah, Garfield's. Uh-huh.
Garfield's, and we played up San Luis Obispo was a great one, Slow Brew.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And then we played over that Paso Robles. That was kind of a
Mr. Lee's?
Yeah. That was it's kind of weird, boy.
Yeah.
It's just because it's more country out there.
Well, the other thing was about that place was it was like so strict, man. We played 4 hours there, and you play for an hour, then you get a 15-minute break, and we weren't used to that. We were like, take a break for however long as we want.
Yeah.
Like we would do that, and then, let's play. But those guys were like really strict, and we'd play for an hour, and then it'd be 15 minutes, and then somebody would go, you guys are on. And we'd play for another hour, and it'd be 15 minutes again for a break. It was brutal. It was like for 4 hours.
It's like a real job.
Yeah. Like,
get me out of here.
So back to the songwriting. So writing songs, I know how you and I wrote songs and stuff, but when you're writing songs with Lumination, how does that work?
It's the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You come up with the music and...
Yeah, and a lot of the times, like before a rehearsal, somebody will start noodling.
Yeah.
And somebody will start noodling, and I'll record it. And then I'll take it back home and mess with it and come up with some lyrics. Like a month or two later, come back and say, hey, guys, check this out. And most of the time they go, who is this? I'm like, it's you guys. They're like, what? When did we play this? I'm like, you guys are just warming up one day.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, let's make something of it.
Yeah.
Or somebody will come in and say, I got something. And it's just like, or some Mark Went, the rhythm guitar player.
He's a good guitar player, isn't he?
He's a great guitar player, yeah. And he's a great vocalist. He's all around the backbone of the band in a way, because he's got the calmness and the education and just like when I need help on stuff or they start asking me specifics about the gig, I say, well, contact Mark. He's good on a computer.
He's the guy.
I'm not a computer guy. I wish I was, but.
So they kind of come up with the music and you kind of noodle around and then you kind of start feeling what might be coming out as far as words and stuff like
just
that.
Feeling
it's
it,
cool,
man.
huh?
I love it. It's
Yeah.
just, I need to do it more because when I was doing it, I would be amazed on what I would come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it fuels your soul, your spirit. Yeah. It's like, it makes, it reminds you that you're in line with your authentic journey. And it's part of my journey is to create more music, more lyrics, or just to create, period.
Yeah.
We are creative beings. Yep. And that's how we do it.
Yes. So I was talking to the singer from Everclear, Art Alexakis, and he wrote this song about, he didn't really know his dad, and he had a hard time with it, and he came up with that song "Father of Mine," one of their hits. But he had a kid, and he was like, how could any father not want to be with their kid, right?
Yeah.
And so that just came out of him, and he wrote it in like about 4 hours, and he wrote it, and then he took it to the A&R people, and the girls were crying, and
wow,
like in the A&R room, because it meant so much to them as well. It was crazy. But that's what I mean by gift. You know what I mean? How like you go through all these different things, and it just comes out of your soul, and these songs get created, man. It's pretty cool. I think some of those songs that we wrote together, like I'm So Poor and
Busted.
Yeah, Busted, and just all these different things came from that time period, when we were down and out, basically, kind of struggling hard, pressure and
getting busted.
Yeah, getting busted. Just all that stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of those songs came from that, and I think a lot of those songs were successful because of that.
People can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you sang them with such intensity too, I'm So Poor, and people could feel that, So as a front man, what is it like? Because being a front man is like you're in front of everybody and you're trying to convey for everybody what the band is trying to say, but you're also entertaining, and you're also trying to remember your lyrics and feed off the crowd and that sort of thing. And what is that like for you, like when you're up on stage in front of all those people and feeding off of all those people and energy and stuff?
Well, now in where I'm at in my career of this, it's exhilarating. It's like and it's always has been, I've said it, it's the best drug that you will ever experience, in the form of the chemicals that it produces, and the endorphins that you get from being in a position that everybody is, especially if they know who you are, or looking like forward to this performance that they know is going to be fun, just be fun. Because that's my whole philosophy of playing music, is to bring joy to the room.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you're a successful musician. You really are. You don't need millions of dollars in the bank. Yeah, that'd be great. But it's like, it's hard to explain, but I love it. I love being able to look in somebody in the eye and sing to them and put a smile on their face when they didn't have a smile already. Or at the end of the night, they say, I don't like reggae, but I like you guys. Or they just, or they're just, they're appreciative of the time they had because of my passion for being an entertainer.
Yeah.
I love it. I was born to do it. I know I am.
Yeah.
What level it goes to, who knows? But I am here to write it, and hopefully I get off my butt and start entertaining more.
Yeah.
I did some acting.
Yeah.
That was fun. I did some theater up in Berkeley Repertoire Theater.
Yeah. And how was that?
It was interesting.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was kind of really unprofessional. It was kind of, we had to set up our own sets, and it was, it was,
You're being in a garage band.
Yeah, seriously. And it was fun. And then that led me to, I did some dinner theater.
Really?
In the Wharf at San Francisco. It was called, it was called You're Invited to Tony and Tina's Wedding. And it was this thing that you go to this restaurant, this big restaurant with a bar and a banquet room and everything and a stage. And it was like you're going to an Italian wedding and reception. And I was Tino. I was the club manager. And I talked like this. Hey, man, what you want? You want any drink? You just tell Leo. Just tell him, put it on me tab. So I talked like that. But the only way you could rehearse, they didn't have rehearsals. You would go to the play and you would sit in the audience and you would watch your character and to get to where they needed to be at certain times in their performance.
Like it was improvised, kind of?
Well, there wasn't rehearsals. Like I said, like I was Tino, so I went and I would sit in the crowd, act like I was there to, but I was actually there studying my actor.
Oh.
To see where he would stand on the certain lines, and there was.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to 4 shows before I felt like I was ready.
Got it.
And even then, I took my words, and there was a balcony with some plants, and I put it behind the plants, and every once in a while I'd walk out the balcony for some fresh air, look behind the plant.
Did you recording yourself kind of a thing? Or
No recording back then.
Oh, what was that for then?
There was my words.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
I go back and look. then put over the plant.
Oh, I gotcha.
But and the actors that were regulars, sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, dude, you need to be over there." I'd be like, "Oh, thanks." They would help me out. But my character, some other guy would start playing it, and him and the person that was booking it were starting to have a relationship. So he started getting all the shows.
Oh, okay.
And I just kind of backed out of it.
And did you do any others? Any other stuff?
Mm-mm. No, but I
you should do more, dude.
I do.
I
got it.
So good.
I know.
Oh my god.
You'd
be a good bad guy.
Just like that, a good bad guy.
You would. It would be awesome.
I could play a good pirate too.
A good pirate, exactly. Exactly, man. Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
I can see acting in my future. I just love being in character.
Yeah.
More improv, though, too.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard that's how Cheech and Chong started out, improv. I just heard a story about that.
Oh, wow.
It's really cool. Yeah.
So, not too recently, but just a little while back, you went through a personal thing. Are you okay to talk about that?
Yeah, because I knew we were going to have this conversation, and I knew this might come up, and it's because I want to talk about I went through a cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer scare, cancer episode. I don't know what the right word is. But yeah, I got diagnosed with prostate cancer on December 28th, 2020. And prior to that, at 50, you're supposed to start getting your prostate checked. And your prostate, I don't know all the scientific stuff, but there's numbers of the prostate. When they start getting higher, it means there's an imbalance of something's not right. And mine was I started because I got Kaiser. You get insurance, they want to check your stuff after 50. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
So I was getting them checked every 6 months, and they started going up and up and up. And then finally they said, we want to do a biopsy. And I'm like, you mean go in there and cut me? And I was like, I'll just try to change my diet. And I did change my diet. And the numbers, they mellowed out, and then they started going back up. And then I talked to a lady. I was working on this house, and my mind was on it. And she looked at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "You know what? I'm my prostate. Something's going on, and they want to do a biopsy on me, and I'm a little scared to do the biopsy because." And she said, "Hey, listen, I'm alive because of biopsies. You go get that biopsy done." And it was like, oh, thank you, God. Mm-hmm. That was just like a message from God. Go get it done.
Absolutely.
Right? So I went. So they do 16. They take out 16 little pieces of skin out of their flesh or tissue, whatever, and 8 of them came back positive for cancer. And there's different levels. So then the next step was, either hormonal therapy and radiation, which is a 2-year process. And at the end of it, hopefully it's gone. Mm. But if it's gone, in my eyes, it's still in there. It's just dormant, right? Or take the prostate out. And thank God it was still early. The cancer hadn't leaked out of the prostate. So I said, if the cancer's in there, and if taking the prostate out would take the cancer out, I think it's a no-brainer. And even when I talked to my radiologist, he's like, if I was you, I wouldn't,
get it out.
Yeah, because radiation and that hormonal therapy, it not only kills your sex drive, it kills your passion, it kills everything around kind of that other side of living.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way, man. I knew that the operation, there was going to be some complications that could cause some impotency with because the prostate, all the veins that supply the penis with blood go around the prostate, and they're microscopic. So when they take out the prostate, they damage it. It's just kind of known. Mm-hmm. How deep, how long, who knows? Mm-hmm. It's veins grow back, and I can say it's getting better.
Nice.
And I'm positive I'll have full recovery.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I got some serum that'll
so funny.
I can have a good time. So.
Thanks for sharing that, dude.
My main part, can I just say this? If even if you're not, they say at 50 you're supposed to start getting your prostate checked, but I've seen people getting cancers at 45, 46.
Yeah.
And it's just a simple blood test. It's as simple as that. And
what's a emotion that you go through when you find this out? What is that like?
Well, I found it out through an email. So
Through an email?
Yeah. My doctor sent me an email.
Can't even imagine, man.
So it took me a couple times to read it.
Did it?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, and then I started researching it, some research, and found out that prostate cancer is a very slow growing cancer. It can be. Of course, every cancer has its aggressive side, but for the most part, prostate cancer is slow growing.
Mm-hmm.
When they took the biopsies out of me, one of the biopsies was on a level 8, which was aggressive. But once they took the prostate out and sliced it up and diced it and reviewed it closer, it was more of a 7. It wasn't as aggressive as they thought. If I would have known that, I'm not going to go backwards, right, guy? I feel what I did was right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyways, Here I am. I'm cancer-free.
Yeah. Sick.
And I'm alive, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm more alive than I've ever been since it. Actually, it has brought me to a higher consciousness.
I can tell.
It's brought me to a place where I am not afraid of what I was afraid of before.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
And it's liberating. I cry almost every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm so grateful for what I have and what the Creator has blessed me with. People, you say that word God, people get triggered.
Yeah.
But what God is to me is energy.
Sure.
We're all vibration, frequency, and energy.
Yeah.
So it's just a higher conscious God, Buddha, Jah, Krishna. They're all the same.
Right.
The foundation is love, compassion, forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are. We're here to love unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been programmed in a different way.
Yeah.
We've been programmed to fear, anxiety, being depressed, and because that's what I gotta say, television and the media.
Yeah.
I haven't watched news in over 5 years, guy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any TV. I don't own a TV.
Yeah.
And it's been therapeutic beyond what I ever thought. People are like, well, you don't know any of the things going on. I'm like, well, I know what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
That's what's important with me, because believe me, I feel so horrible for what's going on in this world. These poor people are going through, these children, and it's horrific. What I can do is pray for them and center myself and ground myself and send out the positive vibrations that we are capable of. And that's how we heal the world. We don't sit in fear. You sit in fear. That's not sitting out a vibration of love. You got to sit and just pray for them and hope for the best. And if you can donate, that too. But to sit and be depressed and to rag on it and to really have it encapsulate your whole being of energy it's not me anymore.
Yeah, good. Good. I mean, it's like,
it's just where I'm at.
Everybody goes through all these different things, and it sounds like, you turn this bad thing into a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the old saying is, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
And that is so true, because we're all going to go through trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
But it's when you sit with it and you get on the positive side, because everything has a silver lining. It really does. And, abundance is everywhere.
Yeah.
Abundant. There is no lack. There is no lack. There isn't. I mean, look around. I mean, it's just, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just, life is, once you start appreciating and being grateful for stuff, it just starts to bubble out of you. It's just every day and all through the day, I've told you this, I'm just grateful. Just grateful for everything I have. The simplest, I'm grateful for this seat. I'm grateful for the tile that I'm sitting on. It's just, everything is here to be loved and to be appreciated, just like us. That's all we want, is appreciation and love. So if you can treat others like you want to be treated, boy, we'd have a beautiful world, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but it all starts with you. It all starts really with self-love. Because one time somebody said, if you met yourself, could you hang out with yourself? This was years back. And I was like, whoa. That really sat with me, right? And I was like, I don't think I could. Because when I drank, man, I'm already high energy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and people take my energy for aggressiveness. Like, they think I'm aggressive. No, I'm just hyper. I get energy. I'm just. Yeah. But anyways, I was like, no, I need to tone it down. It's like life's too short. I was really hard on myself. That's really when I do stupid things. I have to sit with it and just say, okay, learn from this. You could have done better. You should have been paying attention. So I'm still learning, but I'm in a space where I want to learn. I'm inviting it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love life.
Yeah,
and you know what? I hope everybody out there loves themselves, because that's how you blossom as a human being. Because it's hard to love other things if you have this guilt or shame inside for yourself. That shouldn't be there. You're a beautiful creature. Mm-hmm. Whatever you did in the past is the past. The past does not make us. Mm-hmm. The future is what we are striving. Just be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Every day you wake up, you can make a positive change in your life. So you messed up yesterday. You were trying to get sober. You drank yesterday. You want to get sober today? Well, today's a new day. I have 14 years.
Really?
I have 14 years.
Awesome, man.
10 months and how many days? But who's counting?
Yeah. It's awesome.
But the first time I quit, I went through 6 months. And then I walked in. I went to a reggae festival and walked in. All my buddies doing some stuff, and I did one of those, and then I needed a beer after that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I stopped that following at the New Year's. I was dating a woman, Lori Clapper, great woman, great friend. But all of our fights were because I was always drunk and jealous and accusing her of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had a big old beer belly. Yeah. I was unhealthy. Yeah. It was just time, Alcohol's great. I admire people that can have a drink or two and walk away from it. But I loved it too much. So it's been 14 years, the blessing of my life, the biggest blessing of my life. One of them. It's just, this our journey. We have these steps where you reach another plane of vibration, higher vibrational plane, because that's what we're wanting to be, is like just one with the divine energy that's in all of us. We are a recreation of the divine energy. So the closer we raise our vibration, the more it just comes natural. Just everything there's no more coincidental. It's just life. Things just flow. Like today I met two people. I met Barbara's sister, Carrie, on the beach.
Oh, no way.
Dude, and we were talking about it. Just thought your show.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's your sister, Carrie? She's like, oh, she needs to get on. So I went walking on the beach this morning because it was sunny, and I see a girl with the rocks, and I love looking for heart rocks. Uh-huh. So I'm like, I wonder what she's looking for. I'm like, hey, what treasure are you trying to find? She looks up. She's like, Bobby Galyan? I'm like, no way, dude. There's like 10 people on the beach.
And the trip.
Yeah, and she came all the way from Camarillo.
Wow.
And so after my sister's niece's house visiting the kids, I wanted, Alonda and Mike English. Yeah. Like I stayed at their house years back. Yeah. And they live in Hollywood Beach. I'm like, I wonder if I can find the house. And I'm going there, and I pass by somebody. I'm like, that'd be awesome if they were walking outdoors. I'm like, I know I'm going to find them. I'm like, maybe this is the alley. And I turn down the alley, and this girl is pulling out of her garage. And it's all on. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she starts to pass me, and I stop her, and she's like, she jumps out of her car. Oh my God. And she's like, so I went and hung out with Mike. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go have to say hi to him tomorrow too. Hang out with them. They're super cool.
Yeah, those are cool people.
Yeah. So 2 quinkinines like that. It's like, that's how it starts to happen when you get in alignment.
Yeah.
When we get in your alignment, it's amazing because it's all vibrational. Everything's vibrational.
Yeah.
It gets deep.
Yeah, I love it.
It's another podcast.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. one of the things like that's pretty cool that I do with my daughters or my friends, and I tell people this all the time. That's what I do for a living, is I take people fishing. Mm-hmm. But it really isn't about the fishing. It is. But it's also the experience, and like with my daughters, when they were younger, I go, let's go fishing. Okay, Dad. And it's about putting the rod together. It's about putting the line through the guides, Mm-hmm. It's about going through the forest. It's about, Dad, what is that? Oh, that's a blue-belly lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, that's cool. And then cruising down the trail. Dad, what is that? Oh, that's a hawk.
Yeah.
It's all about that, living in the moment and experiencing that with them. And then, we're going to go fishing, but it's just the journey to the fishing. And it's like that with all my clients, and I'm basically like doing that with them. And it's just about the positivity. And
you said it's about the moment.
Yeah.
Because that's what all there is. There's no future. There's no past.
Yeah.
It's just right here, right now. And if you can fall into that and stay into that, you experience so much more.
Yeah.
You do, because your mind and your body is present.
Yeah.
You're not on your device. You're not thinking of this. And I've just designed my life and have been practicing making my life simple. It's just too much anxiety in this world.
Yeah.
It's called mass formation.
I like
I don't
that. Make
want
it simple. I love it.
I don't make it simple.
I wish I could do that.
Well, I've never been married, have no kids, so that's a good start.
Yeah. So what's in the future for you, man? Are you gonna what do you see in the future? What do you want to do? What do you see?
I'm gonna heal those who need to be healed.
Okay.
Starting with myself first. No,
do you see yourself acting, and do you see yourself, of course, performing more and writing more?
I see myself in the entertainment business, but I see myself, I want to get more in the service business. I want to start something. This is truly my dream, to get with people that can take wells to drought-stricken areas and erect a well so people can bring up groundwater, so they can have fresh water, so they can plant gardens, and they can have livestock to feed their families and communities, so I can help end poverty, end hunger and end dehydration in this world.
Nice,
I pray for that every time I have a meal.
Uh-huh.
I pray that this is my wish, is to be blessed with enough funds to generate an organization. And then there's people that are already doing this. That's how I kind of got the idea. Mm-hmm. But it just saddens me that there's people in this world dying of starvation and dehydration. It just boggles my mind, because I've had it all my life.
Right.
I've had abundance of it. Like, I've never, ever, ever worried about any of that. Yeah. And there's people every day, it's the main thing on their mind, to find water and food to survive.
Crazy.
It makes me almost want to cry right now, because it's unfair, life. So if I could relieve some of that somehow, that would be like, and if maybe I could find the funds through acting and music. Mm-hmm. But I'm at service. I'm on a new plane of, I come in contact with people that want to hear their next move and their ability to bring out the best in themselves. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm here to resonate with people that are ready for the next step in a vibrational upswing. Some people aren't. That's cool, because everybody's on their own journey. But I'm here to help brothers and sisters that need to hear those words, that they're beautiful. They can create anything in their life, and they shouldn't be scared of anything. I don't know. I'm just here to help humanity in blossoming into their authentic truth. Authentic, because there's so many people are living in a shell. It's a lot of the devices. The devices thing is really, I think, zapping our humanity.
For sure. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
They walk around like zombies, bro.
Totally.
It's like, it's, I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to wake people up. It's like, no, there's a whole movement going on. It really is. Joe Dispenza for people that know, this guy's awesome. Check out Joe Dispenza. He's really tapped into the consciousness of who we are trying to remember to be. That's our main job, to remember who we are.
Yeah.
And who are we? We are mighty energy beings capable of manifesting anything.
Yes, I like that. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm serious. Won't blink an eye when I say that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. Manifesting everything.
It's the programming, because, TV and this, like, if you get this, you'll be happy. No, if you buy this house, you get happy. No, if you get this. Yeah. Happiness is right here, all inside. You can get that, and then somebody's like, wait, I got this, but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But I'm happy.
Yeah, you are.
I'm happy.
I love your energy, man. It's
bro.
amazing. I love playing music with you on stage the other night. I'd love for you to do that again sometime. I mean, it was awesome.
Well, why don't we just say the night before Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah. Why not? I'll come back now.
Are you coming down to see family? Okay, cool.
I will.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. That'd be amazing. You know why? That band Johnny Knows No One. They're playing with us.
That night?
Yeah, that night.
Okay.
And that's like a great band, and everybody. We were always playing when they were playing, and they've
been around that long.
They've been around a long time, and they would play house parties and whatnot and everything. Doug Zilmer, Doug Johnson.
Are they members?
Yeah, and they're great. They do like.
Doug Johnson's the drummer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And they do a bunch of '80s covers and stuff, and they're awesome. They're really, really good. Anyway, they have a bunch of people that are friends of ours that come, and it'll be like a huge reunion. So
nice.
It'll be super fun. So that's what that's why we're playing with them, because everybody's going to be in town, and it'll be a big party. So.
I'm coming down.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, Bobby, thank you, man, for being on my podcast, brother.
Blessings to you, my friend.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know what? Our whole life has accumulated to this moment right here, bro. And I'm so blessed.
Yeah. It's awesome.
No, seriously, man. Yeah. I'm glad our paths reconnected.
Yeah, me too.
I knew it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
We didn't have any ill will towards each other.
Dude, you're like one of my best friends, man. And
yeah.
I mean, you've been my bro since we were little kids.
That's true, brother. Yeah.
So I appreciate you being on here and sharing your story, and let's do it again.
Blessings to all out there, and we'll see you the night before Thanksgiving at Tony's Pizzeria.
Yeah, man.
Come on down.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
It's a Guy Jeans podcast.